Hi, folks. Dr. Jim Gishwin here. God, there's a lot to talk about today. Oh, my God. Uh, what the last couple days was just something. You get the Her report coming out, which almost assuredly puts Trump back in the White House because the disastrous interview that came up when the president sat there and took questions and just proved to everyone that what was in the Her report was true, basically. And he just proved the whole Trump defense. Now, the only thing that was in the Her report that probably against Trump is when he said, well, the difference is Trump didn't return the documents. Well, none of the other presidents under the Presidential Records Act returned the documents either. Why is he the only one that had to return the documents? That's not obstruction. Anyway, I think that case is going away. And, of course, the Georgia case is in turmoil because of the scandal. What else could go wrong for the Democrats? What else could go wrong for Biden? Well, in the Supreme Court, the liberal justices actually made the defense against Colorado with their questioning. They basically just laughed Colorado out of the Supreme Court. They thought that, the questions they asked and the answers they got, and then Colorado was told, hey, don't go down certain roads. That does not apply. Dershowitz sits there and predicts a 9-0 thing on Trump being on the ballot. 9-0 decision. It's ridiculous to sit there and think that one state or two states can sit there and determine who the next president of the United States is going to be without people voting on it. People have the right to vote against the man. Okay? Alan Dershowitz is not for Donald Trump. In fact, he's against Donald Trump. He wants the ability to vote against him again. Okay? So he actually come out. And on Her report, I think, and I am sure, that when the General Counsel was going through this stuff and found that he had deliberately done this stuff as a senator and a vice president, and that it was improperly stored, and was just sitting around in various places, okay? And then said that he was incompetent to stand trial, and then Biden gets up there and proves his point, in the interview, and I'm telling you. So, if he's not competent to stand trial, why is he competent to be president and carrying the nuclear football? And of course, they're not going to do an Article 25 on him. They're not. They're going to sit there and hide him in the basement again. I mean, for God's sake, right now, he sits there and prepares for vacation on Friday, comes back from vacation in Delaware on Monday, and his daily schedule, if he has one, and there's been many days where there's nothing on his schedule, is 10 to 4. And he gets up at 7-something in the morning to watch Morning Joe, I think it is. All right? And then he probably takes a nap again, and they get him up around 10 or 11 and sit there and take him in and do perfunctory things. They had him so hopped up on adrenaline last night. It was so obvious. And can you imagine their hair going on fire when he sits there and starts to walk off stage after he's being told it's time to go in his earpiece? Okay, it's time to leave the stage. Take no more questions. And he sits there and walks off, and he hears another question, and he walks back. Oh, my God. It's like Obama said once. He said, never underestimate Joe's ability to F something up. Okay? Well, he did it again. All right? And I'm sure the progressive cabal and the Hillary and Obama cabal that are pulling the strings, or whoever's pulling the strings behind them, are just in fits today. All right. It's obvious to the American public that there's a dual system of justice. And I think what happened was this guy, her, was told under no circumstances indict Biden. Well, to get around that, you see, the general counsel's duty is to sit there and tell him if he's not going to indict him, why? And he proceeded to do that just like Comey did. Okay? Except that thing about, he sat there and said he willingly did these things as a senator and a vice president. And he did not have the Presidential Records Act behind him like Trump does and the other presidents do. And the other presidents haven't returned any of their documents. Okay, so are they obstructing? Is Bush and Carter and everyone else that they're obstructing? No. It comes under the Presidential Records Act. That's it, pure and simple. With that, guys, we're still getting attacks in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. We've been attacked in Syria, in northern Jordan. And it's time we start to realize, and we're sitting there striking back, but we're striking back and we're just giving them warning, and we're hitting empty buildings and things like that. They took one Hezbollah commander out in Iraq, believe it or not. That just shows what happens when we leave a country like that. We left Iraq, and now it's starting to become the way it was under Obama. Okay? But anyway, we got to realize this is not proxy stuff. These people have Iranian commanders, Iranian advisors and stuff with them. These are Iranian fighters. And we got to realize that this is Iran. This is not Hezbollah, Hamas, Houthi rebels, ISIS again in Syria, Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt. This is Iran. Iran, pure and simple. Okay? And that's the end of that. Anyway, folks, I'm going to sit there and say, God bless you. We still have to sit there and take back this country, and we got to do it with votes. It's coming November. It's getting closer and closer, and I pray everything turns out well. I'd hate to see this country left for my grandkids and my great-grandkids the way it is right now. With third world country stuff going on, what do they call it? Lawfare. Instead of warfare, lawfare. Locking up your political opponents. Anyway. And yes, a president should be immune in office or else he's not able to do anything. Every president from here on out, if this is upheld, that a president's not immune for official acts while he's in Congress, should be for official acts. Okay? Not personal acts. Should be immune. Okay? They'll be sitting there charging every president from here on out. It'll be the end of the republic. And no, we are not a democracy. Okay? We're a bureaucratic despotism. Okay? We're being led by a cabal, not a single person, an oligarchy. Well, with that, please pray for all of us. I pray for you. I love you all, and I remain your humble servant.